So I've been fighting a little cold all week, so I'm still kind of coughing around stuff. So I might end up coughing in people's ears, but I'm want to try to mute myself every time. Um, so hopefully I don't, but no promises. Probably also going to keep the voice, the reading and the text to a minimum. Okay. So let's see. I need to check on something here. I just can't remember where to go. I need to go there. Go mute myself real quick. Ah. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Speaking to Sacred. Am I at the? Where am I at? Okay. Oh, you know what I need to do? Is it this area? I don't think it's Fano. What area was it? Is that Lakeland? No, that's where I'm at. I don't think it's that one. This one. Let's go check and see if the next part of that purple quest is ready. So oh, my mute hotkey's not gonna work. Sweet. I gotta figure out one for that. Cause I don't want to keep coughing your guys' ears. What would be a good button? What would be a good button? Maybe that one? That looks like it'll work. Alright, so... Yep, I can grab it. I'm going to work on the main story quest, but I need this one for the main story quest at some point. Hey there, sinner. I broke the bad news to the widow of that scavenger while you were away. She took it about as well as you expect. As she cried herself hoarse, I started to ask her about the choker and where her husband had got it. Seems he and his mates took a trip to Ilmeg a year or so back, hoping to cart off the Vorpur treasures that they could carry from an untouched ruin they'd learned about. Of course, in their greed, they neglected to account for the Fae folk who killed and drove mad most of them. Those who survived didn't come back empty-handed, though. In fact, they stumbled upon a remarkable find: 3 sacred treasures of the royal family. They escaped with 2, the Fangs of Orthrus being one of them, which was sold by another scavenger in Ulamon. Either that merchant you met at the Beehive or the agent of his, I'd wager. So the merchant gives it over to Melinda for restoration, after which Discovery attacks Wright, presumably cause he's after her as well. Meanwhile, the scoundrel here in Mork's suit keys the choker, the eyes of the Orthus, locked away for safekeeping, and when he finally decides to sell it, the sinless bastards show up again. Okay. Which brings us to here and now. Damned if I know why, but at the point where no denying that Discovery's been hunting the royal relics. And so assuming he has already claimed the third one, the claws of the Orthus, then I say we should get our hands on it first and use it to lure him out of hiding. But to that end, we'll have to venture into the fairy kingdom ourselves. Those scavengers didn't receive the warmest welcome and were not like to be treated any better. Why does that not surprise me? Well, if you and the Fae have better say, perhaps we can traverse their lands without worry. When it sells it then, we'll help the Elmag and ask after a Volbert ring. Okay, now that we got that part, let's go back to the main story. The Crystarium. Okay, that's another way to go. I need to go up the stairs here. No, I need to go down. Down, down, down to the ring of fire. I guess I was going the right way the first time. Good for me. I'm sorry to put you into the trouble. I'm fine, really. The Eater landed an unfortunate solid blow, but the healers here have done wonders. I'm more worried about Minifia. She's not taking it well. Could I ask you to speak with her? My attempts to reach out seem to have had the opposite effect. She's gone off to Hordrium, seemingly to fetch hers for Casamile. But just talk to her, will you? No, not that one. What? Let's try. Well, that's a strange hotkey to work on her. Okay. What the? Okay, not that one. End button. I don't know if that does anything. What? I guess not doing that one. No, that's the one I originally tried. Can't find a good button. Just because I'm curious, I don't waste my time. I know this button works for Discord. I don't think it'll work. Whatever. Poke. Eep. Oh, Logan, what are you doing here? Dang grit. It's my fault, you know. I jumped at the chance to help Linda, but it was careless, and now it was my fault. Hey, are you sure? I brought up nothing but troubles thus far. Well, if it's worse, next time, all I do is make mistakes, put others in danger. I'm sure that he resent me for being this weak. Maybe he already does. But you're right, I can still help, if only by seeing those are safely to Castle Mile. There are only 2 left on the list, but I need to ask about this one. I've looked high and low, I can't see a fight anywhere. Would you mind collecting the other? I would hate to delay any longer than I already have. looking for something that was that is very fragrant, and I was mistakenly medicinal way, I was told. We only need 2 sprigs of it. Sprigs. Once you got them, you can bring them directly to Casamile. Whoever gets there first can explain that the other will be back shortly. Thank you, I appreciate the help. Manipulator told me that you'd bring the rest. Marvelous with this, I can replenish our store of medicines. We're struggling to keep up with the number of wounded that are being brought in. It was on the field, but it doesn't matter. The patient's faces make plain that it was a horrible battle. And we're still fighting it, I suppose, though with bitter medicine rather than sharp steel. But we'll win, I promise you that. Isn't that you apology for dragging you to yet another battlefield when you just came off the front lines? In both cases, I'm sure your efforts saved more than a few. Miss practice and good working order, the Christian's people will be well cared for. More lie ahead, of course. Battles only you can fight. Not that we intend to let you do it alone, but this matters to discuss with the ASAP. You know that egg shark? We do. Was there something you needed? I need you to tell him something for me. My dearest friend, you see. He was there on the battlefield with me, but only the one of us is here to speak of it. At the end, before the wound killed him, I heard his dying words. I knew that our world was just beautiful, he told me. I'm so glad that I got to see the nice guy. I don't know how the Exar feels about what happened out there. I don't know if the Father he said is true. If our losses were just as deserts, and we do ourselves to worsen by continuing this fight. But I believe in the word of darkness and the curse of the Arch. I don't think that what they've done is wrong, and I don't think what we're wrong to fight with them either. My friend, he smiled in the end, just as he smiled when he was raised his glass to celebrate the return of the night. That's how I want to remember it. So I want to tell the egg shark, don't give up, don't give in, please. We'll tell him, you have my word. Here are you. Why not go ahead to the ocular and keep the AR company while special off note. Don't worry, I mean to borrow the swiftest armor I can find, so he shouldn't keep you long. Be sure to pass on that message, eh? It's talkie. It should be, though. My friend tells you her is on the path to precede you. I confess I found them more gladdening than surprising. No few of our people have you to thank for plugging them from the jaws of death. With that, you had not need saving to begin with, but the responsibility for that lies with me. One of our soldiers said that? Thank you. Rest assured that I fully intend to continue work. I will not shrink from what must be done. Now, least of all, that more than loss, I will not lose myself to grief, and even should regret be my consistent companion. I will follow the path I have chosen to its end. With that I have no doubt, and if we ever should appear to falter, it will only be because we are fatigued after a battle well fought. I thank you for kind words. Now we have plans to make, do we not?
My friends, with your aid, we have weathered a brutal assault.
Sorry I'm late, though I would not have been had anyone thought to notify me in advance.
As I was saying, it was only with your aid that we weathered this assault. Without it, the Crystarium and all who dwell here would now be gone.
For each we saved, another perished. If there is anything else we can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. This is our home too, and we want nothing more than to keep it safe.
Thank you. We are blessed to have you with us. As for the attack itself, Vorthri may call it divine retribution, but Sin Eaters are creatures of instinct. A coordinated assault is unprecedented. Moreover, in the absence of a Light Warden, there should have been no compulsion for lesser Sin Eaters to congregate here en masse. All of which points to a single, unavoidable conclusion.
That these minions of light answer to a higher power. He who did claim kinship with them, who did boast of control, not in idleness, 'twould seem, but in earnest. Lord Vorthri.
Indeed. What I mistook for bluster was in fact the truth. The Sin Eaters are his to command. But if he imagines this show of force will convince us to bend the knee, he is sorely mistaken.
I take it your meeting in Yulmore did not end well.
You could say that, yes. But I am wiser for the experience nevertheless. It appears he has mastered a technique which allows him to enslave the minds of others. A fact I discovered when he attempted to use it on me.
That would go some way towards explaining the peculiar reverence afforded him by his subjects. There may feasibly be a handful of true believers among them, I suppose, but it would not surprise me if the vast majority were in his thrall.
Had I not anticipated his treachery, I might well have joined them. But seeing his invitation for what it was, I sent a glamour in my stead. I rather doubt such tricks will avail me a second time, however.
Did you have any luck tracking down the Light Warden in Calusia?
Sadly, I have nothing to report on that front. What of Armorang?
After a fruitless few days scouring ruins, I resorted to asking the locals. While no one I spoke to had seen any sign of the Warden, I did uncover a possible lead. An abandoned mine in western Armorang. From what the Maud told me, it would be a perfect place to stay out of sight. Of course, I could never hope to explore such a labyrinth quickly or safely on my own, so I returned here.
Even should we all join in the endeavor, an exhaustive search could take weeks, and with no guarantee of finding anything.
The Wardens harbor vast reservoirs of primordial light, do they not? Far beyond anything found in lesser sin-eaters. And isn't it true that the Oracle could see the light of a sin-eater from miles away? Surely a Warden would seem like a blazing beacon by comparison. To the real Oracle of Light, I mean. The real Menphilia. If we travel to Armorang, to the south where she halted the flood, I could summon her back. What do you think?
Don't.
Don't what? Do what I can. What we both know is right.
Do not presume to know my mind. You have no idea what you're proposing.
But I do! I know why you never said anything. Because you thought you could keep me safe by keeping me in the dark. And maybe I thought so too. But I knew, Thancred. I always knew.
Oh, I see. I thought you were a rather underwhelming reincarnation. But it all makes sense now. The Oracle lies dormant within you, doesn't she? But to draw on her true power, you must become one, both body and soul. To wit, one being must consume the other. Who shall be the lucky winner?
This doesn't concern you, Ascian.
But it plainly concerns you. Which is why your heart is ready to burst out of your chest. Despite the raging tempest in your bosom, however, you have never once opened up to your young charge. Now, why would that be? Love. Well, I for one think it's a marvelous idea. Certainly more promising than any of your other suggestions. So, it's off to Armorang we go.
I'll meet you at the gates.
I'm sorry to be so insistent, but I know this is the only way. If you're willing to give me a chance, come with us. I'm gonna be right back, actually. That's all I got. I know there was at least one orange and one pink. Huh? Oh shoot, I did the wrong one. Yeah. Alright. What? Maybe there was no orange. I don't know. Maybe there's no orange. I don't know. Sorry for the wait. I'm ready now. Look, no matter what happens to me, I'm sure that I don't want to go back to being who I was. I want to be stronger, strong enough to face my destiny, and I want to believe that I can play a part in saving this world. I hope you can find it in yourself to believe it too. You put it that way, how could we not? It's your decision to make. Just be sure that you are prepared when the time comes. If all are assembled, shall we depart? We'll follow your lead. What route do you have us take? About that, there's something I neglected to mention. I saw the Almond airship coming in to land over Almering while I was on my way back to the Crystarium. No doubt, the same vessel that bore Versary's forces to Raktika. We can expect to encounter armed resistance on our journey through the region. Right now, the Arang lies in the southern reaches of Almering, and there are two routes we can take to get there. The first one is the eastern route, which will lead us past Morksuk. The other is a western route, which will require us to pass through the hills of Amber. Infinite and I took the eastern route last time. Yes, that's more well-trodden path. There's also marks for the easier travel of the Nebeth servants. But we can't use it. If we did, we'd need to cross the Severus from the point nearby the end at Journey's Head. If the Olmans caught wind of our approach, it could very well being them into contact with the Inn and his patients. We can be sure their activities would not meet Varsary's approval. If we make the journey more arduous, but I believe it would be safer to take the western route, which brings me to my proposal. When you make for the hills of Amber in the west, I'll draw the Olmans' attention elsewhere, to an area in the east that I know is to be uninhabited. That way you have a chance of reaching Nath unopposed and without risk to civilians. I cannot deny this side of the plan, nor can I allow you to go alone. My skills will make your tasks at least somewhat easier, will they not? I'll come to you as well. It will afford us a chance to have a proper conversation. And if I go with the others, I'm likely to say something think or do right. Well then, we'll leave the work of distracting advisory source to you. The rest of us will take the western route and try to avoid attracting attention. With that in mind, I think it's best that we follow the road from the bridges. We'll make faster with a solid path under our feet. We'll borrow a few armor for our journey. I'll leave the rest to you, Maniplia. Thank you. I'll try not to disappoint. There you are. The gate leading to Almorang is just up ahead. In all that time I've been here, I've never ventured into the Hills of Amber. Not that I'm particularly intimidated by new lands at this point, but we have more than enough reasons to be cautious as it is. Keep an eye on Manipulator for me, would ya? So soon, Master Hunt. We barely had time to recover from the battle. Well, if you're certain, I'm hardly in position to question you.
Take comfort in the bonds you share. Accept the pain when the time comes to part. Press on, for joy and sorrow walk hand in hand. Beyond Mount Garrick lie the Hills of Amber, beneath which run hidden veins of mineral wealth. Or ran, at least. Mayhap they are spent. Or mayhap the ringing of hammers can yet be heard below.
This place has been scarred by the flood too. Who can say what lies ahead? Wherever else this room may be, it is mine to travel, and I don't plan to take a moment of time that I spend on it for granted. I take you're seeing what I'm seeing? Finding a village when we're hardly 10 paces into the hills is a surprising stroke of luck, especially given our recent fortunes. But we won't hear any complaints from me. Let's see if the folk who live here can tell us what they expect from the road ahead. That sword's not as cool. You sell? No, no. You are no merchant. But then why do I know your face? Alright, you spent Volbert gold. Such coin purse cracking. You already had a legend among more traders. You're traveling merchant then? Can you tell us anything of this village? Of course, anything for valued customers. This place is Garrick. Before the flood, it was home to many miners. After, not so many. Now, none. So Master Jin borrowed the village, made it into a trading post. Very convenient location. In which case, you must be familiar with the local roads, correct? Or am I not running ourselves? If we continue south from here, we'll be having difficulties reaching it? Oh yes, great difficulty. The flood rent the stone and crushed the mines surrounding Nathraring. Only steep class tunnels remain. Oh no. Sure, there must be some way. Do you think any of the other Mord might have some sort of hidden routes? Perhaps you ask, they tell for free, even to friends of our best customer. Wonderful, thank you for your help. Well then, best customer, let's see what information your reputation buys us. For Nathraring, airship is best. Nothing is faster than an airship. Olimans have one, I hear. You can ask them to take you. Though it seems somewhat superfluous to do so, you dutifully make note of Gungan's words. Well, yeah, because we can't do that. You wish to go to Nathraring? There was once a conduit down from the cliffs, but it was built for those who had left something behind that they wished to retrieve. Now there is nothing left and no one to use it. You may search for it if you like, but I doubt this rusted wires would bear your weight. I mean, that seems like an option if we can find a good way to repair it. Where's the last guy at? can't go in these, can you? No. Oh, you can go in this one though. Oh, that is a surprise. Not many bound for after Orang these days. I do know of a trolley that once went there. He used to travel between all the settlements and mines of the hills of Amber. It is locked behind a gate, however. I assume that we have kept it from being stolen or damaged, but it also prevents it from being of much use. Ah, Logan, I'm afraid I've learned little of use about the region now with Orang. The Omen presence, though, that's another matter. Apparently, though their army is definitely in Almarang, there has been no sightings of Omens at the hills of Amber. Perhaps we could take that as a sign that at least the plant has borne fruit. Did you have any better luck finding us a route forward? So, these are our options. Well, what do you think? In the trolley. It seems to be the least risky of our options. I can't imagine one gate is enough to thwart you. I'll let you know a bit more before we dash off in search of it, though. Perhaps Zun can offer some insight. Oh, valued customers. Were the others mark of help? What fashion? They told us a trolley that runs to Navsgarang, at least. But I'm concerned in thinking that there was a reason you did not do so yourself when we first asked. Yes, the gate, you see, is impassable. Before there was a hulking thing of stone, the Talos. It opened the gate, they say. But not operate such a thing now. I do not even know if it yet exists. Do not know, but you should travel east to Matt Bryan Mines. That is where the trolley controls stand. I still see miners there from time to time. If anyone knows what happened to the Talos, it would be them. Thank you. You've been a great help. Off to Mount Bryan, then. Let's hope that someone will be there to answer our questions. Elves to the south. Yells southeast. 260 yells to the southeast. 2 yells to the southeast. 56 yells to the southeast. Well, not getting there yet. Scale the track is impressive. I'll give them that. Now we only need to follow it until we come to the mines. Bit of a mess, isn't it? But the mechanisms for dispatching the trolley are here, just as Zun said. Unfortunately, anyone who might know how to use them is not. We might wait for Zun's mysterious miners to appear, or have a look around and see if we can do anything useful in their absence. I'm in favor of the latter. Something near the entrance to the mines caught Ranger's eye. Meet us there if you find anything. In this building? That is the question. Really want to do this, Desert Town? Ah, Logan, what hast thou discerned? I see indeed thine observations are consistent with my own, but I still refrain from further discussion ere our comrades arrive. Person is meant to. This Talos birth more than passing resemblance to golems as the source. Nor does it appear to be the sole example of this kind. Professional Talos fragments, as well as the enormity of the mechanism here, such a considerable number were once in operation. As the specimen and his fellows now lie lifeless and broken. Know not how to repair them, that they might facilitate our passage through the gate. Without the aid of the Talos, even if thou wert somehow able to unbar Charlie's path, we still have no means of repelling it. You might know how to repair the Talos, someone must, otherwise why keep everything else in working order? Whoever's maintaining the carts and rails must know something that we don't. Let's ask them what it is, shall we? I do believe you'll find a person of some interest sulking in the shadows behind the warehouse of the northwestern side of the tracks. While you do have friendly chat, the rest of us gently encourage those to the south to come out of hiding. Defend yourselves if necessary, of course, but do try to keep everyone in one piece. Off we go then. Ow! That hurt. Suspicious man. Wicked White, where did you come from? No, never mind that. You have no business here. Of that, I'm sure. Really? You really want to do this? You really don't. Are you? Ugh. What are you, you wuss? Wuss? Good to hear. These two aren't much trouble either. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Us? We're not the Rangers here. Come to take what isn't ours. You also like what we need, steal. What's some rusted bits of iron? Don't be a sir. We're not here to rob you. Alexa, sir, you look, well... You don't look normal, that's for certain. You don't have any wares. So you're clear that merchants. Travelers never pass this way. The only reason you would come all this way is to strike the machinery for parts. I have an idea. What if, once upon a time, a lovely lady of noble birth ventured forth in search of her lost love, joined by her two most loyal servants, sworn to follow her into the world's end. On their journey, they met a sorcerer, an ancient as time itself. Moved by the lady's devotion, he offered to be their guide, and they... turned up here somehow. I can only assume that you're being intentionally obtuse, but in the unlikely event that the series conjectured, no. I suppose I am blurry by a sort, but we have rather larger concerns in fairy tale romance. I would fan hear more of this ageless sorcerer and his heroic deeds. God's grant me strength. If May were actually searching for a means by which to travel to Nazarang, we're hoping that the trolley here might offer a solution. I realize that we haven't gotten off to the best of starts, but if you know anything about how we might get it working again, The trolley? The trolley. You should have left with that. We've always keen to discuss the trolley. We're both engineers in training. In fact, Jerk and Triumph at your service. Technically, I'm a miner, and he does repair work. Our true passion is the trolley. Work with a few other folks to get it up and running again. And before you ask, yes, it's true that there's little in need of transport these days, but there's no reason to consign a miracle mechanism innovation into dust. The mere sight of it traveling the track once again would make the hearts sore, mark my words. You learned your argument from us. What progress have you made thus far? Not as much as we like, truth be told. Well, if there's anything we could do to assist you, we could gather materials or help put pieces together. And sight is more complicated than that, I'm afraid. He spoke to Beg as you'd understand. He's the only one that fully knows the trolley's operation. I suppose you could speak with him if you like. Well, our options are limited, and if there's bad against by whatever it is preventing the trolley from being restored, I'd like to hear it. Right. Like, you'll be following us back to Twine then. Twine. We can leave right now. Though you haven't seen another fella around here, have you? I thought he came out by now. Do you think he'll be alright? That's her. Well, I suppose we did force your hand a bit. I will look just in case. You go on ahead, Drive. Alright, looks like it'll be just me and you lot. Be you lot and me then. Try not to let anything take a bite out of you on the way out of the rail yard. Damn, that smarts. Did he have a thump me so hard? I'll be feeling that for the next fortnight at least. Not to be done about now, though. I pointed your over-eager companions in the right direction and they gone ahead, so we'll need to get moving. Normally we walk atop the tracks, but seeing as the young lady's as much shorter stride, this more perilous is a route than I'm comfortable suggesting. We don't want anyone falling through the gaps. Of course, the low road presents other dangers, but having been on the receiving end of your friend's blow, I'm not worried on that account. Wait a moment, I think I hear something. Is it the goat right behind you? Oh, that's something, right? Run! I don't wanna. It's a coyote. Easy. Easy. Uh, Sorry about that, Ahmed. I didn't expect this route to be quite so fraught with danger. We're nearly to Twine, though, so we should make it without further incident. Right outside Twine. Twine! Must be up top. I need to step away from it 1 second. Alright. What? Better. This is it. Welcome to Twine. The original Twines were built to house those laborers tasked with building the track. Over time, miners came to seek their fortunes, and that is what made the town grow to what you see before you today. But it's still the trolley that brought them here. As you doubtless noticed, the track goes to the very heart of town. It was the heart of the town back when the trolley still carried everyone home at the end of each hard day in the mines. Now there is no trolley, nor much work to be had in the mines. For that matter, the only residents that remain are the destitute, the delusional, and those with nowhere else to go, or so they say. That should give you some indication of what to expect when you meet Magnus. As I said, it will help you understand why we can't get the trolley running. Just don't expect too much aside from that. Well, that's encouraging. I don't see that we have much choice. Let's go and meet the man. Who are you supposed to be? Never seen the three of you in my life. Or the fourth of four of you? Wicked White, if you're going to bother me, at least have the damn crazy to stand still. Methinks this one is deep in his cups. These are my guests, Magnus. We ran into them at the mines. They're looking for a way to reach Shadowbringers, so they came to ask about the trolley, you see. What? There's nothing in Shadowbringers, not anymore. Especially not for frail little girls. Give it up. No, we must reach Shadowbringers. I must. So you have your heart set on it. The world doesn't care. The place is a ruin, nothing more. You're going to get there in the trolley. The thing doesn't run on hopes and dreams. We're not fools. It's necessarily that drives us to Shadowbringers. If you insist that the trolley's not an option, at least tell us why. No, I'm sick of people asking me about the blasted thing. Leave me be. We'll speak outside. He only said that because he thinks I'm weak, and he's right. But I can't be. I won't be forever. There has to be some way. I must find it. Oh, I'm sorry. I was stuck in my own head again. It's clear that Maz has no intention of helping us. But perhaps we should ask the other residents. They may know something of the trolley. Take the north side of town. Let me know if you learn anything. Think read out loud, truly content to stand witness to face course and take no part. It's not a matter of fate or injury. It's about choice, and I've had years to decide where I stand. But if it has spent too long in chains already, I would not shackle her again by making my hopes known. It is for her to choose what sharp her destiny will take. Shape it. It was for me to stay silent, to protect her, teach her, and stand by her. That, at least, I can do for her. So be it. Come, let us make our own inquiries. Oh, there you are. You'll be pleased to know that I got our friend back home with no trouble. He's just fine. He was just a bit shaken up is all. And you? What did Magnus have to say? Nothing. He's worthless. I didn't have a faint hope that you and your need might prompt him to action where our interest has not. But I suppose that was foolish of me. I'm sorry that we couldn't be helped, though. I could at least show you the trolley car we have here, if you like. You could give it a stroke or two. It has some very smooth wood. What? You mean to say you're not giving up, even knowing that Magnus is Magnus? I don't see much point in you being stubborn about it. Though, perhaps stubbornness is exactly what the situation calls for. Can't forge iron without an anvil, after all. can't imagine that anything you try will work, but if you're certain you can help me make preparations in the event that it does. To that end, take this toolbox. We're going to inspect the rails. I'll have to look along the tracks for anything that's needed or buried. You bring the tools and be ready to hand them to me whenever I start to work. Brilliant. Now if you could hand me what I need as to work, that would be a help. Next case, well, this bolt is loose for one matter. We can't have that. I'll need to tighten it. Thank you. This one will do nicely. Now give me one moment and... There, I don't see any other problems here, so let's continue along the track. Uh. Way down there. Down, down, down in the ring of fire. More hands. Yeah, let's go do this real quick. We're not that far from it. probably the... We're not going for it. Yeah.
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know. Greatest prospector there ever was. When the golem heart started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more. Problem was, most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and finding fresh ones to tap's only gotten harder. But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed. We labored day and night to clear away the rubble, but it took us 2 months to find her. To find her body. Magnus has never been the same since.
Where is he, if you don't mind my asking?
Ah, yes, well, if he's not here, there's only one other place he'd be.
What? You again. How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap. Now, piss off back to wherever you came from. And don't let me catch you around here again.
What were their names?
My son was named Skuli. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them. I thought to try and drown my sorrows, but somehow, the bottle's never deep enough.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
You've lost someone too?
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant. Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter. But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers. I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down. That is why I refuse to let her legacy die. In the end, all we can do is press on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Nabarth Areng.
What rubbish.
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not. We can still bring her back.
last thing in the tavern. And out there. So I don't know how much longer it will last. There's clearly another spot somewhere around here. Where the heck is this other one? Oh, that goes further over here. I thought it did. There we go. Oh shoot, there's another one. rubble. Ooh, shiny rocks. Ugh.
You may not remember this about Arminfilia, but prior to founding the Path of the 12, long before the Scions, she was something of a miner. After her father died, Flamine took her in and taught her the trade. I think they were both seeking to fill the void left by a loved one. Maybe that's why she took to it so readily. Back in those days, I spent most of my time in the Quicksand, or some other tavern, loosening tongues and gathering secrets. Occasionally, I'd catch a glimpse of her in the street, on her way home after another hard day's work. I always felt a wave of relief when I saw she'd come back safe, along with a pang of guilt at the fact I wasn't there to support her as I should have been. Simply speaking with her more than once in a blue moon would have been a good start. I could never bring myself to do it. Instead, I threw myself into my work and became every drunkard's best friend. Not too highly, no. She once called me a wine-sodden wharf rat, which wouldn't have been half as galling had it not been so accurate. But that was a lifetime ago. Here and now I have another chance to do things right, and I will not squander it again.
Hey! Come and see what I found! You're not going to believe this.
Tell me it's Leonine.
It is at that. You lot were born lucky.
Yeah.
It's mostly broken pieces. But look at this.
This is a rather fine specimen.
It's been decades since we found anything approaching this big. But that's not all. There's an engraving on it.
Ah, these scratches here. They're a little hard to make out. To my beloved Magnus and Schoolie.
Oh, damn.
Yes! Do you see? It was a gift to Magnus from his wife. She found it. She really found it. She must have spent her final hours carving this message into the stone, in the hope that he might see it one day. Those rock-backed bastards must have made off with it before we could clear a path to her. It's fate that brought you here to find this stone. No other explanation. It makes me wonder what else might still be buried in these parts.
I feel like I'm getting close to the next dungeon. I really don't care about paints. No, I don't care, especially in red. I don't dye any of my clothes. I am quite stuffy. That's been the biggest problem when I'm trying to sleep. You know what? I don't feel like walking it. I wanted to play this, so I was like, I need to stream while I'm playing this. Because, I mean, I want the whole story on, so. I gotta grab this quest here. It's really annoying because it's only half my nose. Do that right now, though. Yeah, I got. Where's it? Yeah, I still got these dyes I don't ever use. What? Oh, it's you. If you came to complain about the trolley, you'll find no sympathy from me. I told you before, it won't run, and you wouldn't listen. Oh, but I will. Now that we have this. Boom! Your name is engraved on it along with your sons. It was a gift from your wife, Magnus and Agna. No, she couldn't have. Agna? Take it, do what you will. You will. You certain? It would delay our plans, but I said take it. It was you who found it, you who needs it. Looking at the sun, all I can see is is. Please just leave me be. Oh, you'll be there when the Talos stirs to life. I'm sure she'd want you to see it. $50 to deliver this to your Yaranger. That art returned with Leon, it would seem. As promised, the Talos hath been made ready to receive his heart, thanks in no small part to Jarkle, Trifle, and Niflia. At last we shall return time to timeless, the sentinel stone that we may press on towards Nemeth Arain. Very good, now let us begin.
Preparations for the enchantment are complete. When the heart hath been suffused with a sufficient quantity of ether, the golem should be restored to life.
All right then. Whenever you're ready. It's working! It's working! Magnus!
You left me for this? This wretched heap of stone and rubble? This worthless pile of earth? And yet, I can't. I can't.
Where she thinks she going?
What troubleth thee, child?
I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve to be. I don't deserve any of the things you've done for me. I'm just a burden, helpless and hopeless. If tomorrow came and I was gone, it would be better for everyone. Thancred most of all. He'll never admit it, but I can see it in his eyes. I wish he'd just say it. Just say that he hates me, that he wishes I was dead so that she could return.
None of this is thy doing, child. 'Twas I who set the Oracle on her path unto the first. I who condemned you all to suffer these torments. 'Tis my sin alone, and one that will haunt me unto my dying day. Yet I dare not dwell overlong on my many regrets, for the world is a tapestry of fates, interwoven and inseparable. And we who strive to better it cannot choose but make difficult decisions. For naught of worth was ever achieved without sacrifice. And thus must man ever struggle to weigh life against loss. The one for whom thou mournest beareth no grudge. Were she here, she would not suffer thee to languish in sorrow. She would tell thee to seek thine own path, thine own purpose. It is a truth which I myself was slow to learn. Yet a truth it remaineth. Thou needst but have faith, and all will be well.
Not today.
To what do I owe the pleasure that is your extended stay?
Oh, to the tediousness of our hero's present endeavors. That and the insufferable abundance of light in Armorang. I should be glad to keep my distance. Oh, I'm rather fond of sleep, you know. It's a wonderful way to pass the time. Not that my compeers would agree, mind you. Always on the move, the lot of them. Like La Hebrea, constantly jumping from vessel to vessel. Such fire, such determination. So much passion, fleeting and forgotten. Come to think of it, Exarch, I don't believe I've ever seen you retire to your chambers for so much as 40 winks. However do you keep your eyes from closing? The cold shoulder. You wound me, sir. Always so guarded in our every interaction. Interactions you curiously refrain from sharing with the Scions and their champion.
And risk souring your budding relationship? I think not. Much as I dislike you, there are more useful targets for his energies. And I'm not in the habit of pointing him at my enemies like a weapon.
Is that right? Fond of him, are you? You continue to fascinate me, Exarch. But tell me, who are you? The once great nation whose ingenuity gave birth to this tower was shaped by my hand. As such, I know full well the wonders it can facilitate, and those it cannot. There is nothing in these walls which could have aided you in summoning our dear friend across time and space. Much less in possession of his mortal flesh, not even I could have performed such a feat.
I see. You have an ally as well. You would know what I am? I am the adjudicator of the sacred history with which you dared trifle. I am keeper of this tower's boundless wisdom. The wisdom of ages without age, of everywhere and nowhere. The great work of those who tamed the wings of time and grasped the nature of the rift. 'Tis a boon born of sacrifices yet unmade. The parting gift of brave heroes who will one day give their lives for a brighter future. I will not see their hopes and dreams squandered. The history which led us here will be unwritten. I promise you that.
Well, it seems we're both eager to fulfill our duties then.
On that much, we are in agreement.
to get to the mines, and I'll probably get off. As long as it's actually where we're going right away and not going to be like half an hour to get there. Do I want to do this part? Yeah, let's do it. This is probably the last thing we do.
Urianger?
Thou must needs carry on without me. The path to Nabartha Reng lieth open. Whilst thou travellest thither to the south, I would apprise Mistress Alize and the others of our progress. As circumstances permit, I will thereafter rejoin the hunt for the remaining Light Wardens.
Magnus, will the gate close immediately after the trolley passes through?
No, it will stay open until someone closes it manually. Built that way to prevent any untimely accidents.
Then you and the others can meet us in Nabartha Reng, after giving the Ilmorans the slip.
Urianger. Thank you for everything.
Remember, thou needst but have faith.
If you finished with your goodbyes, I suggest you grab hold of something. Be a shame if you took a tumble. The tracks beyond the gate aren't in the best of shape, so the trolley can only go as far as Malik. Godspeed!
Ah, that must be the gate. Well, so far so good. Wait, is that Ranjit?
Jeez.
You're a stubborn old swine, aren't you?
One who has mastered Gukumots fears not the blackest pit or the fieriest hell. Your deeds in the east did not go unnoticed. Long have I lain in wait, and sure enough, you did not disappoint. Had you only sworn fealty to Lord Vorthry, you'd have no cause to skulk about like frightened animals. You will remain as you are, while I dispatch these villains.
No, I won't. I won't let you.
You forget to whom you speak. Who armed you, trained you, fought and killed 1,000 sin-eaters with you. And when you were inevitably cut down and lay lifeless in my arms, who sought out your successor to carry on the futile struggle again and again? We seek to bring peace to what is left of this shattered land, while these mad fools would only bring further chaos down upon us. Do not be deceived, child. Only by Lord Vorthry's hand will this dying world know a sliver of salvation.
I don't know about the world, but I never asked to be saved. However much it hurts, and however hard it gets. It's my life, and I want to live it on my own terms! And those mad fools you want me to abandon, the ones I've traveled with, fought with, and may one day die with, they feel the same. So no, I will not be deceived, no matter what you say. I refuse to believe it's all for nothing. They're everything to me. All I have, and all I need. And I would gladly do anything for them. Let us pass, or kill me. I'm not leaving here without them.
How dare you! Very well. If you would cast your lot with villains, then you shall share their fate.
I heard what you said, and I'm sorry for all the things I've left unspoken. You have to go, now!
Thancred, no!
Go! Do what you came here to do. I'll not have you waste that newfound resolve on me. I leave her in your hands. Hurry! Not another step. Your fight is with me.
You think yourself her protector? Ha! As if a whelp like you could be a better father to her than me.
I gotta play as Thancred? Oh, great.
Come on!
Get rid of that damn dragon.
This is going well.
Vanity! Beast of my blood, answer my call! Rend my foes and ward their blows!
Get out of there.
When will you learn? Die! Not good.
And you presume to be her protector? Pathetic! No quarter! Why do you persist in this folly? Is that all? Fall!
hell with you.
You would have her suffer and die. I would spare her that fate.
That is not for you or anyone else to decide, ever again. Not a single day goes by that I don't think about all that you have given me. Countless memories and moments I took for granted. Gods, you grew up so fast. But you had to, didn't you? For those you had lost. For those you could yet save. A world teetering on the very brink of oblivion, for which you gave your everything, without hesitation. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. Then and now. One last time, with a little help. I'm so proud to have been a part of your life. Oh, Minfilia.
Okay, I'm going to call it there. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother raiding even.